Hello there everybody, this is of course the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time for another delightful video. Now this is in response to a private message I received from one little individual. It's a YouTube user from Finland who has watched some of my Ouija board seances and says that they are most enlightening, and I'd like to ask you if you've ever made contact with the kings and queens of the past. Thank you for your time. Alright, well I'm going to have to answer that in pretty much a standard Nick Dutch way, okay? And that is to say that we can never say. If I was to have done, let's say, a really cool Ouija board seance and the character identified itself as Henry VIII or Mary Queen of Scots, someone really cool like that we've all heard of, then it would be, of course, great fun. It would be fascinating. It would be peculiar. But could we ever say that's really that person? No, there's too many factors involved. Alright, there are some dishonest individuals who will say, no, I really do have a guide who actually 110% exists, who happens to be, I don't know, the Hessian Headless Horseman or whatever the heck it was, or happens to be a messenger from the court of Henry VIII or Henry VIII himself, and they may quite aggressively and passionately express in a very convincing way, using their body language, their facial expression to try and convince you, yes, that they are right and they are telling the truth. Because these people are very good pundits, okay? They're very good at telling people something, anything. They could be telling you that their grandmother was a blue-nosed baboon and do it with a perfectly straight face, you know, eyes facing towards the camera, you know, looking very believable. And that can be quite entrancing for a lot of people. Just the fact that someone can present any set of ideas in that kind of a manner. So you do have to be careful when there are people out there who are promoting that quality of message, alright? I have had some seances whereby the individual did seem to promote themselves as being someone important or someone famous. But again, we just can't say. There are too many factors involved. And even if I was someone who was a hard and fast objective believer that the beings I was communicating was someone famous or was someone truly important to, like the international situation in the 1500s or whatever it was, we still would have, you know, too many questions to ask. Because we will. We have to accept that. Belief is interesting. Belief is fun, belief is curious, but belief is not fact. And I think that we all, and that means all of us, have to be aware of that. There's a bit of a trend, I would say, within certain groups to try and see belief as being the one and only thing that matters. And that doesn't necessarily help. I could go on in greater detail about the nature of belief and the nature of beliefs which I seem to be developing, but I don't see the point in that, because I don't think it would help people in the bigger picture, so to speak.